rant about how she hopes Trump supporters never find peace and expressed her opinion on the war in the Middle East. Then she made the situation so much worse when she kept on saying during interviews that she highly dislikes the original Snow White movie and continuously criticized Disney for its portrayal of a princess in distress. This obviously irked Snow White fans, who are the movie's target audience, and caused Disney to have two of the worst opening weekends in history, with the movie only generating a domestic box office of $43 million in its opening as compared to Beauty and the Beast, which opened with $174 million on a similar budget. But the second weekend was even worse, with revenue plummeting down to a measly $14 million, leaving Disney.
And I found out that the same things can happen to two different people. One gets rich and one stays poor. It's because it's not what happens. It's not what happens, it's what you do. Two men wake up one morning, there's a rainstorm on. One of them looks out his window, sees the rainstorm, and he says, "Wow, what a storm. With weather like this, they can't expect you to go out and make sales." He stays home. Same morning, the other guy looks out his window, sees the same storm, says, "Wow, what a storm." But he says, "You know what, with weather like this, what a great day to go out and make sales." Most everybody will probably be home, especially the salesman. Starting tomorrow, what are you going to do that'll make a change in your life's direction? Now see, if you don't do something starting tomorrow that'll make a difference, guess what? It's gonna be the same. Unless you, Major Key, tomorrow, change it all. Or change a little, or don't change. It's choice time. You can do whatever you want. But it's nice to know any day you wish you can change your whole life.
My bed is Rudy.
Oh, you're probably right. Let's get it cleaned up.
I don't think you should touch it.
Why not?
It wouldn't be good for Rudy.
What are you talking about?
Biceps. What's in your coat? Grab that hammer right there. One. That's $250,000 you're holding right there in your hand. With $4 million in here. First day on the job, you hit a $3 million seizure. Wait, you said four. Taxation without representation, brother. Nothing's free in this world. You're a lucky first day motherfucker. Why your wife a minivan with that? Put you in college. Give me that back. You know. We only checks I cash in LAPD on, all right?
Somebody didn't sleep through ethics, did they?
What's the matter? You don't want a piece of this? Huh? Right? First time, you're not comfortable. I'll hold it for you. Let's go. What about you? You comfortable?
Oh, I'm comfortable.
How's your comfort level?
I'm very comfortable.
Come on, let's wrap this up. Don't touch a thing. Evidence.
So what are those assholes thinking? I'm really gonna stand still and let him horse fuck me.
Could put you out of your misery.
So, if you look at that, China, first row, China, 67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers. So 67%, I think you can, for the most part, see it. So 67%, so we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%. I think, in other words, they charge us, we charge them less. So how can anybody be upset? They will be, because we never charge anybody anything. But now we're going to charge. European Union, they're very tough, very, very tough traders. You think of the European Union, very friendly. They rip us off. It's so sad to see. It's so pathetic. 39%, we're going to charge them 20%, so we're charging them essentially half. Vietnam, great negotiators, great people. They like me, I like them. The problem is they charge us 90%. we're going to charge them 46% tariff. Taiwan, where they took all of our computer chips and semiconductors. We used to be the king, right? We were everything. We had all of it. Now we have almost none of it, except the biggest company is coming in. We're going to end up with almost 40%. Lee Zeldin's working to get their approvals. And it's an amazing company. Mr. Wei, of one of the great companies of the world, actually. They're coming in from Taiwan, and they're going to build one of the biggest plants in the world, maybe the biggest for that. But 64%, we're going to charge them 32%. Japan, very, very tough. Great people. Japan, 46%. They would charge us 46%, and much higher for certain items like cars, little items like cars. 46%, we're charging them 24%. India, very, very tough, very, very tough. They charge us 52%. You have to understand, we charge them almost nothing for years and years and decades. And it was only 7 years ago when I came in, we started with China charging. We took in hundreds of billions of dollars from China in tariffs, and they understood, honestly. If you look at Switzerland, 61% to 31%, Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia, oh, look at Cambodia, 97%. We're going to bring it down to 49. They made a fortune with the United States of America. United Kingdom, 10%, and we'll go 10%. So we'll do the same thing. South Africa, 60%, 30%. Brazil, 10%, 10%. Bangladesh is 74%. So you see what's going on. Pakistan, 58%. Sri Lanka, 88%. So what we're doing is we're taking not the full, we could take the full 88%. Thanks a lot. He's doing a very good job. How's he doing, huh? I think you better take it with you. It's not going to last very long. So if you look at that, China, first row, China, 67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers. So
you do business. You give me 400 grand and I pardon you and your brother. Is that right? Forgive and forget, right?
That's right. My brother said I was naive that you would shoot me and just take the money. Yeah.
Yeah, man, you hurt my feelings.
Good. So me and my brothers, we came up with a whole new proposal.
A whole new proposal? Is that right, sir?
Yes, sir. Check it out. Instead of giving you the 400 grand, we decided if we give it to these mistreated workers you got standing behind you.
Listen, Kevin, I said pistol. No. One thing you forgot about me is this. I was in the union for a long time.
Cool out here when you by yourself, ain't you?
I told Fowler and his pals all about this meeting. You kill me, you all go down. Murder.
He ain't coming.
Come on now, who's gonna do it, huh? Who's gonna take on the check? You, Johnny? That's what y'all been waiting on?
Right, Jerry? Y'all think?
Oh, shit. Oh, Bobby Mercer.
Partnerships with those countries. We're looking on diversification in terms of maritime procurement and other aspects of procurement. We're reviewing the F-35.
What are you doing here?
This is my home. Why are you in my mirror?
Mirror? I'm not in your mirror. You're in the mirror.
No, I am quite certain I'm here in my most cherished refuge, which you have invaded, and I am looking at you in the mirror.
I'm seeing the same thing.
Are you some sort of prisoner?
What do you mean?
That uniform, and your hair, and
I'm wearing jeans, and I was told this part of the house may be haunted, so
So you felt that would be adequate protection against an ethereal spirit?
Well, I hadn't really thought about who was doing the haunting. Sir Charles, what year is it?
The year of our Lord, 1799. That is apparently an answer you were not expecting. Right. Tell me, what do you think it is?
Well, here it's the 21st century.
21st?
Yes.
Most curious.
Here's the best lesson I can give you on economics. We get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. Now, it takes time to bring value to the marketplace. However, we do not get paid for time. Mistakenly, the man says, I'm making about $20 for an hour. Not true. If that was true, you could just stay home, right? Have him send your money. We don't get paid for time, we get paid for value. Is it possible to become twice as valuable and make twice as much money in the same time? Is that possible? The answer is yes. Could you become 3 times as valuable to the marketplace and make 3 times as much money in the same time? The answer is yes. 5 times, 10 times? Of course. In climbing this ladder economically, all you have to do is work harder on yourself than you do on your job. I kept hoping that everything else would change around me. Found out that if I went to work on myself, worked on my skills, worked on my language, if I grew in skills and language, vocabulary, and competence, then I would become attractive to the marketplace.
You purchased a small town in Texas.
Yeah, Mustang, Texas.
Why did you buy the town?
It's the only town in all of the state of Texas that is available for sale. And so I bought it.
What happens when you purchase a small town? Are you the mayor? Are you the sheriff? How are you then responsible for it?
I made one of my buddies the mayor, which basically means he's responsible for cleaning the trash and keeping it clean. That's the job of the mayor of Mustang, Texas. And what we do with it ties back to Shark Tank. There's a guy on Shark Tank, Dino Don, and he makes the animatronic dinosaurs. Like if you go to zoos and everything, and you see these huge animatronic dinosaurs that look and sound real. And we did a Shark Tank episode on it, and I invested in them. So we might change Mustang, Texas to Dinosaur, Texas, and do one of just having all these big, huge Jurassic Park-like dinosaurs.
Is birth tourism legal? The answer is no. Coming to the United States on a tourist visa to give birth in the U.S. and thus make that baby a U.S. citizen is not a legal reason to enter the United States on a tourist visa. And if it's determined that your sole purpose on coming on a tourist visa is to give birth, then you'll be turned away at the airport. What is allowed is coming for medical treatment. And maybe that's how this birth tourism industry gets around this whole tourist visa issue with giving birth. I don't know. So bottom line, you can't use a tourist visa to enter the United States to give birth, but you can use a tourist visa to enter the United States for medical treatment related to a pregnancy, as long as the U.S. government is not paying for any of the medical treatment. But if it's determined that your only reason to come to the United States on a tourist visa was to give birth and not for medical treatment, then you're at risk of having your visa revoked.
You'll stay in the job that you pick for the rest of your life.
The same job for the rest of your life? I didn't know that.
What's the difference?
And you'll be happy to know that these are the species haven't had one day off in 27 million years.
So you'll just work us to death?
We'll sure try. Larry, what do you think the meaning of life is?
Work. It's important to be useful. Look at me. I got it all figured out. I get up, I shower, I come to work, I work all day, I go home, I go to sleep. I get up, I shower, I come to work, I work all day, I go home, I go to sleep. I get up, I shower, I come to work.
An unusual food startup has gone viral in America. What's the idea? The company delivers food made by regular people. Now, anyone can turn their kitchen into a restaurant and make money. You can order homemade borscht, pancakes, and other dishes from a local grandma. The benefits? Affordable prices, convenient delivery, a wide selection, and the chance to enjoy home-cooked meals. The startup has already attracted over $30 million in investments. More business ideas in my profile.
In a few moments, I will sign a historic executive order instituting reciprocal tariffs on countries throughout the world. Reciprocal, that means they do it to us and we do it to them. So if you look at that, China, first row, China, 67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers. So it's 67%, so we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%. I think, in other words, they charge us, we charge them less, so how can anybody be upset? European Union, they're very tough, very, very tough traders. 39%, we're going to charge them 20%, so we're charging them essentially half. Vietnam, great negotiators, great people. They like me, I like them. The problem is they charge us 90%. We're going to charge them 46% tariff. Taiwan, but 64%, we're going to charge them 32%. Japan, 46%, they would charge us 46%, and much higher for certain items like cars, little items like cars. 46%, we're charging them 24%. If you look at Switzerland, 61% to 31%. Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia, oh, look at Cambodia, 97%. We're going to bring it down to 49. They made a fortune with the United States of America. United Kingdom, 10%, and we'll go 10%. So we'll do the same thing. South Africa, 60%, 30%. Brazil, 10%, 10%. Bangladesh is 74%. So you see what's going on. Pakistan, 58%. Sri Lanka, 88%.
Work! Can I live in motherfucker? No! Why would you ask?
Your feet are secretly telling you what's wrong inside your body, and most people...
You wouldn't believe me anyway.
Fine.
You think I'm crazy? Maybe I am crazy.
In my job, I've seen and heard just about everything, so there is nothing you can tell me that's going to surprise me.
Off the record?
Yeah.
I sold my soul to the devil. And now I have to spare you.
Spare me from what?
The devil. On account I work for him. That's why I couldn't make it to dinner.
Because you were working for the devil.
Well, yeah, I'm this bounty hunter. But it only happens at night. Like it is right now. Whenever I'm around evil people, evil spirits, I change and...
What?
I'm just a great big monster. But I am learning to... I'm getting control of it. I'm trying to.
So tonight, you'll...
I believe so. Which is why it's probably a very good idea that you run home.
So this is your excuse? For the past? For last night? For everything? The way I see it is I've got a couple of choices. I could either accept that you really believe what you're telling me is true and take you to the nearest psychiatric hospital.
See, now that...
Or I realize that you rather make up ridiculous stories and be honest with me. And I will walk out of that door forever.
I only sent you to the grocery store. I'm not understanding how you come back with a to-go plate. What is it?
Oh, it's just a little cookout.
From the food line?
No, neighbor down on the corner.
He don't even...
Rachel Ziegler and Carl Canoes.
Visual effects push the boundaries of what we see on screen. Their work makes the impossible seem possible. With breathtaking ambition, they create magic that wraps its arms around our wildest imaginations. Here are the nominees for Best Visual Effects.
Are y'all seeing it now? Do y'all get it now? I have so many posts on this account talking about this same thing right here. Look at how vibrant the world used to be back then. Filled with personality. This goes for businesses, this goes for furniture. This pretty much applies to everything on the outside world. The society used to be different. And just so y'all can see that I'm not capping, look at what's parked in front of me. What color are these cars in front of me? Imagine showing up to the supermarket, showing up to your job, and this is how the parking lot look like. Creativity is at an all-time low, and that's because the corporations got greedy, and it's all about consumerism. This is how parking lots look nowadays. monotone.
Police, open up.
How do I know it's the police?
I'm gonna shoot you through the door. You can examine the bullet. Open up. You don't even want to see a badge? Don't do that again.
Okay, let me see that.
Shut up.
Okay, I get it. Bad cop, good cop.
Shut up.
Okay. Bad cop, bad cop. I got it. I know all of you.
Leo gets.
Yes, sir. It's me, Leo Getz. Whatever you need, Leo Getz. You get it? I use that all the time to break the ice when I meet people. You know, it's good.
I'm Sergeant Wintox, Sergeant Williams.
You know what they treat me, and I'm a witness to the state. Star witness. State is welcome on room.
We're gonna take that room over there.
Actually, I only have my stuff in this room. I mean, you know, when I, Okay, it's yours, okay? My stuff's gone. I'm moving in the small room, okay? I mean, I'm the smallest guy here. I'll take the small room. Okay? Come on. Hey, loosen up a little bit, you guys. Come on, we're gonna be together a long time.
Excuse me. Yes. What room is that for? 612.
Okay. So, you guys don't want anything, right? Wait, bring it here. Okay? Okay, come on. Boy. Hey, I got anything you want. Hey, I didn't order hamburger, right? What it is?
Breaking news for people looking to leave the United States. Canada just dropped a game-changing immigration update, and it's a golden opportunity for families looking to move. No English test, no work experience, and no big budget needed. This is huge. A full immigration package with job training, salary, and residency support. Canada is opening its doors like never before. Why? Because of Trump's aggressive immigration stance.
Ladies and gentlemen, after initially threatening to take President Trump to court, Democratic Governor of Maine Janet Mills has just completely surrendered. Now, you might remember that just a couple weeks ago, President Trump signed an executive order banning men from competing in women's sports. And just to be very clear, this wasn't some fringe controversial idea that President Trump came up with. No, a whopping 79% of Americans actually agree with President Trump on this issue. 79%. But of course, that level of bipartisan support didn't stop Maine's far-left progressive governor from throwing a fit. No, she decided that she was going to resist President Trump's executive authority. In fact, some of you might remember this little gem. Take a look.
You said Maine. Is the Maine here, the governor of Maine?
Not here.
Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
Well, we are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population it doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding. Every state, good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics. Every state has a responsibility to comply with Title IX. They have an obligation, a legal obligation, and we'll be enforcing aggressively, and we're going to be protecting our citizens. We're going to protect.
So, yeah. But folks, here's the thing. As it would turn out, President Trump wasn't bluffing. As you all heard, progressive Governor Janet Mills said, "I'll see you in court." But guess what? She never even made it to court. You see, within just 2 weeks of that little scuffle taking place, President Trump hit Governor Janet Mills with the political equivalent of a freight train. You see, President Trump immediately pulled over $100 million in federal funding from Maine's public universities after Mills refused to comply with his executive order. President Trump pretty much said, if you're going to violate the civil rights of women by letting men compete in their sports, then you're not going to get a dime of taxpayer money. And you know what? That's what this radical progressive governor in Maine was doing. She was violating the civil rights of women. The reality is that letting biological men compete in women's sports not only seriously...
Yeah, I was a McCarran Christians and having some look a little bit to the right. I watch this. Airport vibes. They are waiting for my mothers. Without hope we will die. If it hadn't been for Jesus who entreated his Father, hoping that he'd save us even though we're not worthy, Christ still begged mercy, pleading, Father, I will take their cup, Jesus wept. When you took the road to death, Jesus Christ.
Question 1.
an adult, have you ever pretended to cry just to get something you want?
Yes. I am a woman.
That answer is true.
Question 2. Have you ever lied to the police to avoid going to jail?
My answer is yes.
True.
Question 3. Can you honestly say you enjoy spending time with your mother-in-law?
My answer is yes.
True.
Question 4. Do you think your husband does everything he can to provide for your family?
Yes.
True.
Question 5. Was your wedding day the happiest day of your life?
No.
That answer is true.
Question 6 for $10,000. Have you ever broken any furniture while arguing with your husband?
So many I can't count. Yes.
I just paid off my student loan. Don't get nowhere. Went into an antique store that doesn't let me leave. I tried using that face aging app. They said, nah, you good. I'm eventually an old man. I give unwanted advice to total strangers. I told a kid to pull his pants down. He mocked me, tried to give me a wedgie. But the joke was on him. I was wearing the pins. I went to the doctor because I thought I had arthritis. I don't. I have early onset rigor mortis. Anybody ever drop their phone in the toilet? There you go. I didn't, that guy did. I put my phone in a bag of rice. Anybody ever drop a bag of rice in the toilet? I joined a dating site for people my age called carbon dating. I asked a woman on the site for her number. She told me it was 140 over 95. Went out of college twice. First time because I was drunk. Second time I was sober with I got arrested once for drunk driving. Not only was I drunk, but I'd been smoking hash. When I took the breathalyzer test, I inhaled, tried to pass it to the cop. My community service, I left the community. Used to smoke cigarettes. I was a heavy smoker. I would even smoke when I went jogging, which is stupid, of course. So I quit jogging. I love smoking cigarettes. I'd smoke after sex. I'd smoke during sex. Sometimes I would skip sex and just smoke cigarettes. Before I got my hearing aids, my crowd work was terrible. I asked an audience member where he was from. He said, my mama. I heard Miami and said, I've been there. I am 74 years old. Life expectancy for men is 76 years. Life expectancy for women is 81 years. I figure if I transition,
Our server at Eaton Park is probably in our 70s. I'm here with my son. If I can make one video go viral, I hope it's this one, because our server at Eaton Park is probably in our 70s. I'm here with my son, and she can hardly walk. And we heard her tell the table next to us, they asked why she was still working, and she only makes $910 a month on Social Security, and she has to still work because her bills exceed $910 a month. Any proceeds I get from this video and the TikTok Creator Rewards Program, I will come back and give to her. I have 40 in my purse, so that's what I'm going.
This merger between our companies will form two entities. Ford Ferrari, 90% owned by Ford, who controls all production. Secondly, Ferrari Ford, the race team, 90% owned by Ferrari.
Secondariamente Ferrari Ford.
In order to secure this, Ford will pay the sum.
Per assicurarsela, Ford pagherà la somma di
10 milioni di dollari.
Avrò bisogno di un po' di tempo per leggere.
You will need some time to read this.
Signore, solo una piccola domanda riguarda il mio programma del lavoro.
Small question concerns my race program. If I wish to race Le Mans, and you do not wish for me to race Le Mans, do we or do we not go?
Highly unlikely scenario, yes, we just can't agree. Yes, I mean, no, you are correct, you do not go.
In quel caso sono delle
Grazie, ho capito. La mia dignità di costruttore, di uomo, di italiano, è profondamente offesa dalla vostra proposta.
My integrity as a constructor, as a man, as an Italian, is deeply insulted by your proposal.
Non aprite i Michigan,
Go back to Michigan.
tornate alla vostra grossa, brutta fabbrica.
Back to your big ugly
A
factory.
costruire le vostre brutte, insignificanti
Not your
macchine.
big ugly factory making its ugly little cars.
Seguite a quel po' i suoi arroganti dirigenti, sono solo una massa di figli
You know, your pig-headed boss that all his smug executives are worthless sons of whores.
Tell him he's not Henry Ford. He is Henry Ford II.
Rachel Zegler, thanks for coming on my show. I sold out years ago and I'm a coward. So you recently starred in the movie Snow White. Tell me, what was it like to play Snow Latina? First of all, Stephen, it was weird. But I did enjoy reimagining the character as a woke Colombian woman who looks like a fish. Well, I sold out years ago and I'm a coward. Are you surprised that everyone hates the movie? Not at all. Society is far too racist and misogynist to appreciate the reimagining of a classic Disney princess as an ugly Colombian chick. I sold out years ago and I'm a coward. You don't think making the movie a woke piece of garbage has anything to do with people hating it? Not really. The original story had Snow White falling in love with a prince, but in the remake that's super weird, it makes no sense. What kind of prince would fall for a woke Colombian woman who looks like a fish? Wow. I sold out years ago and I'm a coward. Thanks, Stephen. Excuse me. Hello? What's that? You have an idea for a movie that will save Disney's reputation? It's guaranteed to be a hit? And you want me to star in it? Come on, Stephen. Let's go see my wife. Thanks for coming, Rachel. This Snow White flop has unexpectedly tarnished the reputation of Disney. Who knew reimagining Snow White as a woke Colombian woman who resembles a fish would be so unappealing to audiences everywhere? But I have an idea for a movie that is certain to turn our bad luck around. It sounds amazing. What is it? I want to reimagine Hercules as a woke Colombian woman who looks like a fish. Oh my god, that sounds amazing. I sold out years ago and I'm a coward. I'll take that as a yes. We'll start production as soon as possible. I'm thinking we'll go balls out with the cast. In fact, we'll reimagine every character as a woke Colombian woman who looks like a fish. And because Rachel is the star, we'll sell out theaters everywhere. Rachel Zegler, thanks for coming on my show. I sold out years ago and I'm a coward. So you recently starred in the movie Snow White. Tell me, what was it like to play Snow Latina? First of all, Stephen, it was weird. But I did enjoy reimagining the character as a woke Colombian woman who looks like a fish. Well, I sold out.
needs to pay attention to what's happening in China.
actually don't have to wait until those.
Hey, I don't know. Hold on. Let me use this real quick. I don't know who needs to fucking hear this, but if you're one of those accounts on TikTok that does the Brook and Jubal second date update things or any other one of those radio show segment things, and I watch your video for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then you cut it off, and I'm like, okay, there's a second part, so I go to your page, and then I scroll down to just watch, and I click on the next video, and it doesn't finish the fucking story. Fuck you stupid, silly ass bitch. I think that you guys are just as bad as the people who won't put the fucking shopping carts back at fucking Walmart or the grocery store, okay? I just spent 10 fucking minutes scrolling, looking for the fucking second part to fucking Kelly or Sarah or Tyler or some shit, where Tyler thought he was getting cheated on and Sarah was fucking some regular or something. Turns out she's a stalker, but...
You know, I was thinking, Mr. Ford, it would be great if all three Fords lined up and crossed the finish line at the exact same time. They all lined up and came home together. Ford, Ford, Ford. I think we can actually do that, sir. Why not? One of us is laps ahead. Leo, what would you have them do? Slow down? Yeah. I think Sylvia is Jordan on there for Ford. We'll make a great photograph. Shelby Miles needs to be a team player here, and so do you. You gonna tell him or you need me to? You need my brother. Go on. This is what Mr. Ford wants. Go on now. He expects it all.
Guys, come on, let's go. Big place. Let's go. Let's go.
Maybe one. Too sophisticated. I want you to slow down. Don't have time me again. I want you to slow down. You're not selling the car again. You're 4 minutes up on McLaren, and Dave wants the big Fords across the finish line, 1, 2, 3 all together. They're asking that you be a team player and make that photograph happen. That photograph, that's good. That is good. I think $1 million is a lot of money. No, you don't. No, I don't actually. But the fact is that $1 million is a lot of money for somebody.
The woman's been with you 6 years. She said it couldn't be loyal. You're probably gonna get married. You have a child. Give me the $25 million.
Well, I guess I don't get everything like a deal. I mean, you know, I built this empire. And I did it by myself. Nobody did it for me. Not Ivana, not Marlon, nobody. And I think that because somebody married somebody that built something huge, it doesn't necessarily mean that just because they get a divorce that they should end up, you know, like the Queen of Sheba.
I am proud to announce...
I think $1 million is a lot of money. No, you don't. No, I don't actually. But the fact is that $1 million is a lot of money for somebody.
The woman's been with you 6 years. She said it couldn't be loyal. You're probably gonna get married. You have a child. Give me the $25 million.
Well, I guess I don't get everything like a deal. I mean, you know, I built this empire. And I did it by myself. Nobody did it for me. Not Ivana, not Marlon, nobody. And I think that because somebody married somebody.
I am proud to announce to you the first artificial intelligence road that will be completed in less than 1 year. The government is setting aside...
The Primetime News, special welcome to viewers on OneSpotMedia.com as well as DJ International in the Cayman Islands. Of course, this evening Jamaica is among several countries that have been hit with 10% tariffs on its exports to the United States. The announcement was made late this afternoon by U.S. President Donald Trump. All CARICOM countries have been hit with 10% tariffs, except Guyana, which will get 38%, and Trinidad and Tobago, 12%. New tariffs will take effect on Saturday, April 5, and Mr. Trump says it will start a, quote, golden age for America. Now, when contacted, President of the private sector organization of Jamaica, Mitri Siaka, says the organization is awaiting details.
April 2nd, 2025 will forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day America's destiny was reclaimed, and the day that we began to make America wealthy again.
President Donald Trump unveiled his new tariff policy to the world Wednesday. While speaking to a crowd in the White House earlier, he announced an at least 10% tariff on practically all goods coming into the United States, plus even higher rates
Now, local economists said the 10% tariff on all exports to the United States could result in a widening of Jamaica's trade deficit. The gap between imports and exports amounted to almost $5 billion last year, and the tariff means that Jamaica's exports to that country will become more expensive. Jamaica exported goods valued at $674.2 million to the United States during the first 11 months of 2024. This evening,
Okay, everybody, if you can leave immediately, single file, appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Jerry!
Sorry,
Where's the next group, Jerry? Why am I standing here?
I just,
Be useful when we're gone, okay?
yes, sir, okay, you. Hey, yeah, you, little guy, you're here for the audition? Yes, we are. Guys, we're on, right now.
One of America's top diplomats was in Jamaica last week, but what did he and the government talk about? I'm Kalila Reynolds, founder and CEO of Money Media, Money Made Simple. In case you missed it, the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio recently toured the Caribbean and made a stop in Jamaica. It is two of the biggest concerns Jamaica has with the U.S. right now: the Cuban medical program and the U.S.'s travel advisories on Jamaica. So, the U.S. has threatened to revoke the visas for government officials from any country that supports the Cuban medical program. The U.S. believes that Cuba forces doctors and nurses to work under unfair conditions and makes money from their labor. Rubio, who happens to be Cuban American, even called it human trafficking. And if you don't know, Jamaica and a lot of other Caribbean countries have a strong contingent of Cuban doctors and nurses. Jamaica has about 400 medical staff from Cuba. The Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley had previously come out and said she's willing to give up her visa if the U.S. pushes the issue. During the visit last week, Prime Minister Holness made it clear that Cuban doctors and nurses are very important to Jamaica's healthcare system. He said that all the medical staff are treated and compensated based on labor laws, and Jamaica is confident that the staff are not being exploited. Now, the second issue was travel warnings. The U.S. issued a travel advisory last year, warning Americans about traveling to Jamaica because of crime. The PM said that the warnings hurt Jamaica's tourism industry.
Same time tomorrow?
Shut up, Saj. I think you gave me too much.
Call it a bonus. Great job, well done.
You don't need to do this.
Well, I'm sure you could use a little extra cash. Do you have a girlfriend? Maybe you could buy her something nice.
I don't have a girlfriend. You're still young. No matter how old I am, girls never notice me.
Well, did it ever occur to you that they might be waiting for you to notice them?
No.
Are there any girls they like?
There's one girl at school.
Do you ever talk to her? See? She has probably noticed you lots of times and wonders why you don't walk up to introduce yourself.
I don't even know what to say.
Does she have nice eyes?
She has nice everything.
Well, you can start by mentioning her eyes. Trust me, you can never go wrong with a genuine compliment.
This is good stuff, baby.
Well, once you have her attention, you've got to woo her. Yes, give her a little gift so she knows that you're thinking about her. Flowers are nice, roses are even better. And eventually, you can work your way up to jewelry.
Can't afford all that.
No, you can. Are you Eddie Orlovsky's mother? A few weeks ago, I gave Eddie some advice on how to talk to girls.
But I found that the kid is a lunch.
What I didn't realize is that the object of his affection is my daughter, Danielle. He gave me roses and then more roses, and then I found this in my mailbox.
Oh, big spender, just like his dad.
Sadly, Danielle doesn't return his feeling. She spends most of her time with the other cheerleaders.
She's out of his league.
No, that's not what I mean.
So what, you want me to talk to him?
Yes, if you could just say something to Madame Easy.
You got it. What's going on?
This lady says you've been stalking her daughter. You just said he's harassing some girl he has no chance with. What the hell else do you call that?
I was trying to woo her.
Woo her! Oh my god, that's hysterical. You don't need to mock him. Oh, who is mocking? I am thrilled. I always figured the only girl he'd end up with would be blind, deaf, or inflatable. But now that I know how good he is at wooing,
Please don't watch me.
and don't worry, I'll make sure you've got hassling your daughter. Hello, Eddie.
I didn't want to come back, but I needed the money.
No, I don't blame you for being angry.
I don't want to talk about this.
Oh, Eddie, I wish you had told me that Danielle was the girl you were interested in.
Could have told me that she was out of my league and saved my mom trouble.
I wouldn't have said that, and I definitely wouldn't have laughed at you.
Why not? I mean, there are any freak bugs that take pocket with a cheerleader.
The only thing I see when I look at
Green card holders, if you're applying for U.S. citizenship, this is the biggest thing you need to be aware of. It's related to the residency.
The fake news, of which many of you are members, is trying to convince the public to have a recession. Let's have a recession. The United States is doing phenomenally well. But one thing I have to do is economic.
Is this your Rolls Royce? Yeah. I have the biggest business.
Did you know in the movie Predator, director John McTiernan revealed that Arnold Schwarzenegger was the one who suggested Sonny Landham for the role of Billy, despite initial reservations from the producers. The rest of the crew was also unhappy with the casting decision, and the insurance company even refused to provide coverage unless a bodyguard was hired to protect the cast and crew from Landham on set. As a result, most of Sonny Landham's scenes were filmed in just one take to minimize any potential issues.
The insurance company let us hire unless we got a bodyguard for him. Well, the bodyguard was not to protect Sonny. The bodyguard was to protect other people from Sonny. So we had this 6 foot 8 inch tall giant and just had to follow Sonny around 24 hours a day. The entire time he worked in the movie and made sure that Sonny never misbehaved.
How many bags you getting in that shot?
somewhere to take my mistakes.
I think I'm going to stand. This chair is the most uncomfortable chair I've had. First of all, it spins. And the one thing I don't want is to fall on my ass, because that will be the only story. They'll say, sir, you did great. Too bad you fell. That would be the only story. So I'm not sitting in that sucker. I think it's a booby trap. That was put there by Kamala.
Wait, planning a renovation, you need a qualified engineer or architect with over 25 years in the industry on site. Expanding, leak your roof, need an architectural drawing, plus tiling, plumbing, electric, and furnishing needs covered under one umbrella. Contact Recam Construction today. Bundle services and save thousands with us. Safe, secure, well-experienced, and affordable construction at your service. You can't beat these prices. Contact Recam Construction today at 876-539-8313. That's 876-539-8313.
Oh, sorry, I'm just getting tired of all this winning. Anyone remember when those Canadian politicians went on TV saying Trump's tariffs are gonna hurt America? He's hurting his country. Well, they lied, because steel and aluminum plants in Canada are now laying off hundreds of people. And the United Steelworkers director up there in Canada says up to 100,000 workers could be laid off in the next few months. The CEO of Ontario-based Algoma Steel says he expects a tidal wave of layoffs to keep coming. Meanwhile, Hyundai just announced a $6 billion steel plant in Louisiana to fabricate parts for their cars. And they're hoping to reach 1 million cars made in the United States as soon as possible. Steel and aluminum companies are coming back to America faster than anyone ever imagined. And the reason is simple. The United States is the world's biggest customer. Whatever anyone's selling, we're buying. Oh, you guys made a boat that's only 1.5% faster than our fastest boat? Yeah, here's 20 billion, we're gonna buy it. Ooh, Colombia, you guys grow a lot of coffee? We're gonna buy it. Wait, but El Salvador, you guys have coffee grown near volcanoes, so it's like volcanic soil, even though it's the exact same thing, it doesn't change anything? Yeah, we're gonna buy it. We buy everything, and because of that fact, when we apply tariffs, companies have no choice but to rush back here, because they can't afford to lose their biggest customer. Let me just put things into perspective here. Canada has 10 provinces, and each of those provinces is like its own little state. It's like a mini country. Alberta, Ontario, all of them. Who do you think each province in Canada's biggest trading partner is? Just think about that. Which other Canadian province would they do business with? If you're gonna Google or grok that, don't bother, because I'll tell you, the biggest trading partner in every Canadian province is the United States. It's not another Canadian province. We own those igloo people. They need our money. Every time Canadians get up in the morning, they should say a prayer to the Lord Jesus Christ, thanking him for giving them the United States as their neighbor. Now, it's not like a reciprocal thing. It's more like we do all the buying and they do all the selling. So we're essentially subsidizing them by like $200 billion a year. It's just not fair. And this is why the tariffs have to be here. We need our industries to...
Rachel Ziegler is the prime example of how you should never think that you're bigger than the project. Especially not the Disney project, boo. What the hell was you thinking? She sat there and dogged out the Snow White movie that she was starring in for weeks, for months, and thought that we was gonna go watch it? Hell nah, bitch. Why would we wanna go watch a movie that you're even saying is trash? You're saying that the storyline is stupid and don't make no sense. Then you tried to make Snow White a feminist. Don't nobody wanna see no feminist Snow White, girl. Then you was on that red carpet making all them stupid ass faces, thinking you were so cute, thinking you were bigger than your britches. It was never none of that. The only excuse I can make for her is that she's young, she's immature, she doesn't know any better. I've never heard of her before. I don't know if this is her first project or if she's done movies like this before or anything that has anything to do with acting before. But girl, this wasn't it. Like, why'd you go and dog your own movie, dog? Disney, dog, the writer, she dogged everything. Now she's mad because they didn't fire her from upcoming projects, but you're not a team player. Why would somebody want to hire you when you don't know how to play your part? Like, you didn't know how to play your part in the movie and in the real world. Let this be a lesson. Let this be a lesson, Rachel Ziegler, and to anybody else who think that they
she was wrong to try to demand more money. But sis, you should have got a lawyer to demand more money for you in the beginning. All that hooting and hollering about how Oprah wasn't paying her and the executive producers weren't paying her and the movie studios wasn't paying her, that didn't make me want to go see The Color Purple. And it didn't make a lot of people want to go see The Color Purple. And it wasn't because we felt like what she was doing was wrong. In Taraji's case, I didn't go see The Color Purple because I didn't want to support a movie that's being unfair to y'all. I like Taraji as an actress. I think she's amazing and she seemed like a cool person in real life. Why would I go support a film that ain't paying y'all? And I'm willing to say that a lot of people probably felt that way. Okay, sis, well, since they're not paying you, we're going to show them, we're going to just boycott the damn movie. And just like Snow White did horrible at the box office, The Color Purple did too. Now back to her. From what I understand, these people just spent over $500 million just to make this movie and market this movie. And they didn't even break 87 million on the opening week globally. When they realized she was gonna be a problem, they should have canned her ass and found a new actress. Yeah, you would have lost a little bit of money and you would have lost a little bit of time, but damn, the loss the major loss y'all are feeling right now, I'm sure it doesn't even come close to comparing to what y'all would have lost if y'all would have just re-filmed or recasted this woman. Anyway, she better hope somebody want to work with her in the future, and next time she better just shut her damn mouth.
So I haven't one dropped off the severance agreement. I think it's pretty fair. I'm prepared to pay you $50K per year for the next 4 years.
200 grand? This is a fucking joke, huh? And this is what you meant by mediation? So there's never a partnership. It's like a private contract. I have something to do with a partnership agreement. I have proof. Before I left Albania, I took everything. All the documents we forged, photos of repacking. Dave repacking. He didn't tell you? Baby. Oh yeah, we took that money you gave us and we bought 100 million rounds of illegal Chinese ammunition. Then we repacked it and sold it to the US military. And we made $8 million doing it, asshole. Careful, Ephraim. We took it out for you. We paid $2 million on that one. But he says you fake accounting reports everyone. I make them on my laptop. Really? I kept everything, you dumb fuck. I even have copies of the bank statements that we photoshopped and sent to the government. Fuck out of here. You did it. Fucking buried it. Us. Thinking to say you can bury us. Because anything that implicates me implicates you as well. No. I came here and they prepared to pay me $200,000. Now I'm not even gonna pay for breakfast.
I work at a daycare. How much do you make? I make, well, the pay's about to increase, so I'm gonna make like $12 an hour.
I work in public health.
How much do you make?
70,000.
Project manager for pharmaceutical clinical research. How much do you make? I make $104,000 a year.
I'm an electrical engineer.
How much do you make?
$80,000 a year.
I'm a software engineer.
How much do you make?
I make about $45 an hour.
I'm in sales for a tech company.
How much do you make?
Roughly around 70,000.
I'm a dental assistant. How much do you make? I make about $50,000 a year.
I'm a scientist.
How much do you make?
75,000 a year.
So I'm a chemical engineering intern. Yeah. How much do you make?
I'm a real estate investor.
Oh, how much do you make?
About 100. Last year I grossed $180,000.
I'm a copywriter. How much do you make? I make $48,000 a year.
I am now a project manager at the university.
why two people could work for the same company, one make twice as much money, and maybe they were the same age, graduated from the same school, worked for the same company, with the same products and the same services, they've got the same traffic, and one makes $5,000 a month, the other makes $2,000 a month. Why would this long list be the same and one be twice as much? I thought, well, maybe time makes some of the difference, right? Some people do better because they have more time. I used to say, Harold ought to be able to do well, he's got a lot of time. Now that's got to be done, right? A guy said to me one time, he says, you know, if I had some extra time, I could make some extra money. I said, then forget it. There isn't any extra time. What could you get more of that would make a difference in economic business? Here's the key word. The word is value. Value makes the difference in results. You can't get more time, but you can create more value.
If you try to grab it, it'll raise its arms and lick the venom glands in its elbows. And this venom mixes with its saliva, covering its sharp teeth. If you get too close, the loris could bite you with its powerful jaws, and the venom will be delivered directly into your bloodstream. This causes severe chest pains and swelling so intense that even your face will start to balloon. And if left untreated, the bite could kill you.
Disney is rejecting the apology of the lead actress of one of the most expensive projects, Snow White. And look at the time when this disastrous thing is happening. There are less than 50 days left before the release of the live-action remake.
And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and the that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
This was an incredibly fake and theatrical apology that she usually makes to her fans and her employers, and honestly, it usually worked. But this time, both fans and Disney gave her a shut-up call and asked her to go home as she couldn't keep her mouth silent. Disney had already had enough of her, but when her antics didn't stop her multiple apologies, now they're not having it.
It does feel like Disney's finally reeling in some of these freaks, but they deserve all of the backlash that they're going to bring them.
Remember, like, they already tried damage control with Rachel Zegler after her, like, tirades against the original shit.
So without any shadow of a doubt, Disney's live-action Snow White remake is in a strange place right now. Normally, when a film of this scale costing over $300 million gets close to release, you'd expect an aggressive marketing push. But oddly enough, Disney has been almost completely silent about it. The last trailer dropped what feels like ages ago, and since then, nothing. No major promotions, no cast interviews hyping it up, just radio silence. And for a company that usually starts marketing a blockbuster at least 6 months in advance, this is bizarre. According to ongoing rumors, Disney might actually be trying to distance itself from its own lead actress, Rachel Zegler. Apparently, they weren't thrilled with some of her past comments. And as a result, she's reportedly been sidelined.
She's got someone to play with.
Aren't you listening? Jake just invited Candy to his birthday party.
Oh, don't worry, you still got the inside track.
I can't let her come to the party.
Why not?
Why not? My ex-wife is gonna be there.
And we have breaking news. Amazon making a last-minute bid to buy TikTok in the U.S. This massively popular social media app is facing a deadline later this month to separate from its Chinese owner. President Trump is meeting with Vice President Vance and other top advisors about TikTok today. NBC News business and data correspondent Brian Chung joins us. And Brian, what do we know about this?
Yeah, and a source familiar with the matter can confirm to NBC News the original report from the New York Times saying that Amazon had put in this last-minute bid to acquire all of NBC News, the original Yeah, and a source familiar with the matter can confirm to NBC News the original report from the New York Times saying that Amazon had put in this last-minute bid to acquire all of TikTok. However, the source did stress to NBC that it was not seen as a serious bid. Again, what we're talking about here is that deadline of Saturday for TikTok to be sold by its Chinese owner, ByteDance, or else face a ban in the United States. And if this is deja vu to those that have been following the TikTok story, that's because we had the same conversation back in January, shortly after the Supreme Court.
It says I'm not the goddamn father of a 5-year-old son and a 7-year-old daughter. How's that even possible?
Imagine raising 2 kids, feeding them, loving them, tucking them in at night, till one day a cotton swab says, "You just a babysitter, my boy."
How's that possible? Yeah, wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
First of all, don't ever wake me up.
No. What you're about to do is open that goddamn pickle up. What I'm going to tell you right now is this.
Oh no, this man went from proud father to unexpected uncle in 10 seconds flat.
You and your mother and these 2 kids. I don't give a goddamn. I just opened it. You
Search Anthony Spade YouTube channel. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.
look at this shit. It says I'm not the goddamn father of a 5-year-old son and a 7-year-old daughter. How's that even possible?
Imagine raising 2 kids, feeding them, loving them, tucking them in at night, till one day a cotton swab says, "You just a babysitter, my boy."
How's that possible? Yeah, wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
She's a big fan.
What's your name?
Gina.
Yeah, I'm Charlie.
Nice to meet you. Cool, man.
Nice, man. How are you? What's your name? Samara.
And there, my faithful huntsman, you will kill.
But your majesty, the princess.
Silence! You know the penalty you pay.
Yes, your majesty.
But to make doubly sure, you do not fail. Bring back her heart in this.
Bears? What's the matter? Where's your mom and papa? Why, I believe you're lost. Oh, please don't cry. Come on, crip up and smile for a baby. Papa can't be far.
I can't do it. Forgive me. I beg of your highness. Forgive me.
I don't understand.
She's mad. Jealous of you. She'll stop at nothing.
But who?
The queen.
The queen?
Up the child. Run. Run away. Hide. In the woods. Everywhere. Never come back. Now go. 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 Run.
You know much man on their money to buy their car and then they are going because of woman.
Listen. We all get exactly the same amount of time.
So did you go directly from West Side? Like, did you have to audition for Snow White, or like, oh, they saw you in West Side Story, they're like, you're Snow White?
West Side Story was kind of nowhere near coming out. We were about like 6 months away from release, and no footage had been seen. And I actually got a really glowing recommendation from Steven Spielberg to Mark Webb, who directed Snow White, saying that. And I also got a text from Steven, kind of alluding to the fact that I had gotten the part before I had found out. Because I wished him a happy Father's Day, as one does, and he texted me a bunch of Apple emojis as a response.
And did you all, did that all in house of that? Or
They didn't know yet.
Oh, very interesting, very clever, very Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, he was giving Taylor Swift Easter eggs about my casting. But
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you know, like, was it a secret project when you auditioned for it?
With all of these Disney things, it's like the Marvel, Star Wars, Disney live actions. You have no idea what you're reading. It'll say like untitled Disney live action film, and the sides will have different names. It'll say like Amber and Jeff. And so I was reading for Amber in untitled Disney live action. And it wasn't until I had that first read with Mark Webb on Zoom that he had let it slip that I was actually conversing with Dopey.
Oh, well, that's a clue.
Yeah. And in the back of my head, I went, okay.
Townhouse for $68 million.
in Beverly Hills, Jamaica.
From the kitchen to Fatonos. So this line is available. Well, I don't know what's in the country club. Christine, the Kingston 6 area. We start after. Guys already been built on. Has an addition to the back. And it's a corner lot, a campus space, as a gazebo, with a view. So there's so much you can do with this property. Yeah. You can put a little pool on the back, put a little jacuzzi, and look at these orchids. But they're not being sold for the property. But basically, the potential does even for it to open like a driving space right here. So that you can drive around and make it all cool, cozy in the back. So it's gonna go here. I posted a previous video showing the interior of the building, but it's letting you know the price is now at 68 million. The price has been reduced. So there's a backyard right there, but this backyard has more space than all of those backyards combined. Look at that, the view of the mountains, and you get to sit, relax, and enjoy the back balcony. So there's no back balcony, sorry. The gazebo.
Townhouse for 68 million Jamaican dollars in Beverly Hills, Jamaica.
From the kitchen to Fatonos. So this line is available. Well, I don't know what's in the country club. Christine, the Kingston 6 area. We start after. Guys already been built on. Has an addition to the back.
It's hard to believe that Jenna Ortega's one gesture led to Rachel Zegler's downfall after Snow White caused a stir. A 2023 video of Jenna and Rachel interacting resurfaced. In the video, Jenna talks to Rachel enthusiastically, but Rachel turns her head and ignores her. After being ignored, Jenna awkwardly smiles, looking helpless, a moment that made many viewers feel for her. Rachel's arrogance stemmed from her high-profile star. She made her debut in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, and also appeared in popular films like Shazam and The Hunger Games. Jenna, though older than Rachel in the industry, didn't have an easy ride until she nailed the copper bed. It's hard to believe that Jenna Ortega's one gesture led to Rachel Zegler's downfall after Snow White caused a stir. A 2023 video of Jenna and Rachel interacting resurfaced. In the video,
Papa Bear, Mama Bear, Baby Bear all fell fast asleep in this cave.
No, yeah.
Think I'm meaning that? No, cute. Why don't you guys go to your room? Find the bags, make sure they're all asleep. Okay, come ahead. Hurry. Run.
Hello?
Hi, I'm Agent Phillips, Federal Bureau of Investigation. I'd like to come in and ask you a few questions, please.
I'm just about to call you. Do I have a problem?
What's that?
Well, if you guys outside my gate claim to be from the FBI.
That's impossible. Nobody knows where you are.
You don't know anything about this?
No. I'm on it. I'll get you back to you.
No, I'll take care of it, but you need to reload
locate us immediately. Listen, this is my family.
We've got 80 suspects down there. We're on the way. Considering yes, concern no. You made it damn clear that it may be a military facility, but we have custody. Of course you're leaving their rights. What kind of question is that? Can you help, please?
Just found out a younger has an ex-wife and 2 small children. They left the house 5 days ago. Haven't been seen since.
The material witness warrant on her. She's back doing something. Find her. Hey, Mike, I'm gonna have to call you back. Brody.
Special Agent Brody, my name is Charles Thompson. I'm connected with the Defense Intelligence Agency. I need to discuss with you a matter of extreme national security.
What do you mean connected?
Listen to me.
How did you get my personal number?
You got those in your phone. Know that for your number, but wasn't for your right.
I'm not gonna discuss this with you.
Listen to me, please. A CIA file was sent earlier to you in error. Henry Humphreys. Street names. No.
Why'd you give me a number? You want a number? 0. Listen, I could be sitting.
That's the breed Bengal. As you know, Bengals were originally crossed between an Asian leopard cat and a domestic with the idea to create a loving lap leopard.
We just ruined this girl's whole career. And I don't feel bad. You guys may already know Snow White is...
So you're telling me that if I buy a house 30 years ago at $50,000, but the city develops really well and now the value of my house is at $2 million, you're telling me that I have to now pay taxes on $2 million, even though I have never seen a dime of that $2 million? I have not sold my house. This is not an investment property. This is where I live and I chose to live and I hoped to live for the rest of my life. But now you're telling me that I either have to sell my house or lose my house because I can't afford to pay taxes. And the taxes are probably more than what my mortgage was 30 years ago. You're telling me that if I give this house as an inheritance, as a senior, to my children, and I pass away, they will either have to pay those property taxes for the rest of their lives, or they risk losing the house that I have worked so hard for all this time. Property taxes is a scam, and I understand that it pays for education and it pays for teacher salaries, but I think we need to find another way, because homeowners are losing their homes every single day. If you look in the tax lien website in your state, you're gonna see how many people are losing their homes. They probably paid those ones off. They probably have paid the majority of their mortgage, but they can no longer afford to pay taxes. And their mortgages go up. And if they have already paid it, now they have to pay this for the rest of their life. Or they risk losing their home to some investor that is gonna buy your house for whatever the tax amount was that you couldn't afford, but they can. We need to start fighting against property taxes. It needs to either be regulated to stop going up as much, or it needs to be stopped altogether. We're paying enough money for our education. Like, there is a leak somewhere. This is too much. If everybody here owns their home and you don't have enough money to pay for the teachers' salaries and the education, then there's something wrong in the government and we need to fix it.
What's up, homie? This is Tony. How to know if the Sun Factory is capable is to check the machinery. They don't see something as laser. What's up, homie? This is Tony. How to know if the Sun Factory is capable is to check the machinery. They don't see something.
So, are you a businessman? Oh my god, so you're a millionaire.
I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seat. There's 1,000 of you. I said close the doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. It's 1,000 that's watching online. If I get 1,000 online to get this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to get this, that's $40,000 tonight. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online.
This is a hostage situation. This is a negotiation. $40,000 or nobody leaves. Ushers close the doors. This isn't an offering. It's
No, I'm a hero, man. I signed up, Dad. I'm sorry, what?
I'm your grandfather, Kyle.
Oh my God, we're British.
He didn't tell you?
No, he left that part out of his no more life speech.
Well, I said he was a father figure.
Not quite the same, Dan.
This is good, right? He's like a kill his own grandkids. Don't do that anymore with me. Let them go. What is it you think I want you? Kill me. That's fine, that's not. You actually think that I will kill you?
You were my son, my legacy. I put everything I am into you, you threw it all away. You abandoned me. You broke my heart. So yeah, I wanted you dead. But then something happened over these past few days. You wasted every single guy I sent at you, every goddamn one. You are every bit the killer I told you to be.
No, it's not who I am anymore.
Bullshit. Tell me you didn't feel more alive the past few days. Years. As you spoke to each of my men, I felt something that I haven't felt. There you in myself.
So what is this? Now you don't want to kill me. What the hell do you want?
I want you back.
What?
You never as good after you left. From any of us. So I want my son back, working by my side in the family business.
You're not seriously considering this.
My God. Everybody wins. You come back with your own. You were born to be. Let's send the kids with 50 back to Buffalo.
That's what they want anyway.
Take this shit out of some cover. But no contact. Have you look soft on me again.
If father was no way this would happen.
Welcome to Villa Hakena.
Where's my golden ticket, Daddy? Why haven't they found it yet?
Angel, they've been working for 10 straight days!
I want my golden ticket!
Sweetheart, there are only 4 tickets left in the world, and the whole world's searching for them!
Mr. Salt, I got it! I found it! Give it to me, I want it! I did it! I found it! I found the golden ticket!
Anxiety runs high as the world enters its 43rd day in the hunt for golden tickets. But today, the small town of Miles City, Montana, had reason to cheer. I'm here with the winner of the third golden ticket, Violet Beauregard, who... Hi, friends, Sam Beauregard here with all today's great giveaway bargains, the finest values in the entire country.
Dad, they don't care about you. Hi, everyone. Violet Beauregard here, and I found a golden ticket. How do you like that?
Tell us how it happened, Violet.
Well, we're early on the gun share. I've been chewing this piece for 8 solid weeks. When I heard about this Wonka thing, I switched to chocolate. But then I went straight back to gum.
If I could just jump in here, these deals are going fast, folks, so come on down while they last.
Still out there, because right here in Marble Falls, Arizona, is lucky winner number 4, Mike TV. Mike, can we talk to you for a second?
What? I'm trying to watch the show.
He won't talk until the commercial break. He loves TV. I serve all his meals right here.
What about that golden ticket, Mike?
Gotcha. Relax. It's just a cap gun.
Isn't he the cutest thing?
Only one golden ticket left.
Don't worry, Charlie. You've got as much chance of finding that golden ticket as anyone.
It's okay. I'm happy with the great scarf I got for my birthday.
There's one more present for you, Charlie.
A Wonka bar? Where did you get it?
I've been saving up. When I had enough, Tom and Jerry went to the store, so I wouldn't have to get out of bed. They bought the last Wonka bar in town. I'll open her up, Charlie. Show us that golden ticket.
Hey, you open it, Grandpa. I'm too nervous.
Here goes.
You know, I bet those golden tickets make the chocolate taste terrible.
Wonka bars are finishing fast. Merchants on
Pentagon is.
Can't wait till Grandma Joe sees this, and we're gonna have a feast.
We repeat, the fifth golden ticket is a forgery. Alberto Minulet of Paraguay has just been taken into custody by the police. Which means there is still one golden ticket out there. Please speak your name as it appears on your current federal identity card, or LH. Enter the name Not Sure is correct. Not Sure.
No, it's not.
Thank you. Not is correct. Is sure. Correct?
No, it's not.
Already confirmed. Your first name is Not. Please confirm your last name. Sure.
My last name is not sure.
Thank you.
What I mean is my name is
Confirmation
Joe.
is complete. Please wait while I tattoo your new identity on your arm.
Wait a second. Can we start over? Can I cancel this? Can we cancel this and just go back and get they're gonna test? Ow! Can I speak to your supervisor?
Please hold still for your photograph.
That's fine.
Okay, sir. Now we will begin to proceed to obtain your IQ and aptitude tests.
If you have one bucket that holds 2 gallons and another bucket that holds 5 gallons, how many buckets do you have?
2.
Thank you.
Rachel Zegler is extraordinarily woke, but she's woke in a way that's quite deranged. No one on the right side of America can stand the star of this movie.
But you don't seemingly like your own character, so she comes off as an insufferable, whining brat.
The star, Rachel Zegler, is unbelievably charmless in public.
She was, as woke as they are.
She just sounds bitter and angry.
I don't think they're gonna buy it, I don't think they're gonna watch it, I don't think they're gonna like it.
Every time she speaks, she gets less likable.
This truly is the worst casting, maybe, in the history of the film industry.
Rachel Zegler, she's an asshole.
You have nothing to do with the creation of Snow White, Brandon. You should shut up.
And 1 minute on Snow White and how it totally imploded at the box office this weekend.
Rachel is literally the star of a Disney movie, and she acts like she's some sort of victim, and that's the sort of mentality that is just poisoning people's minds. Like, she acts like her life is so bad.
I truly do believe that. There's something wrong with her. She's disturbed, she's unhappy, and she thinks it's about.
Please speak your name as it appears on your current federal identity card, or LH. Enter the name Not Sure is correct. Not Sure.
No, it's not.
Thank you. Not is correct. Is sure. Correct?
No, it's not.
Already confirmed. Your first name is Not. Please confirm your last name. Sure.
My last name is not sure.
Thank you.
What I mean is my name is Joe.
Is complete. Please wait while I tattoo your new identity on your arm.
Wait a second. Can we start over? Can I cancel this? Can we cancel this and just go back and get they're gonna test? Ow! Can I speak to your supervisor?
Please hold still for your photograph.
That's fine.
Okay, sir. Now we will begin to proceed to obtain your IQ and aptitude tests.
If you have one bucket that holds 2 gallons and another bucket that holds 5 gallons, how many buckets do you have?
2.
Thank you.
Rachel Zegler is extraordinarily woke, but she's woke in a way that's quite deranged. No one on the right side of America can stand the star of this movie.
But you don't seemingly like your own character, so she comes off as an insufferable, whining brat.
The star, Rachel Zegler, is unbelievably charmless in public.
She was, as woke as they are.
She just sounds bitter and angry.
I don't think they're gonna buy it, I don't think they're gonna watch it, I don't think they're gonna like it.
Every time she speaks, she gets less likable.
This truly is the worst casting, maybe, in the history of the film industry.
Rachel Zegler, she's an asshole.
You have nothing to do with the creation of Snow White, Brandon. You should.
How do you know your neighbors are in debt? Part 1. I'm speechless. I just don't understand it. The neighbors on my street, they're all like, a 3-bedroom ranch, 2-car garage, a brand new SUV, a brand new extended cab pickup truck, 2 brand new side-by-sides, an ATV, and a brand new zero I just don't understand that. The neighbors on my street are all like, you know, a 3-bedroom ranch, 2-car garage, a brand new SUV, a brand new extended cab pickup truck, 2 brand new side-by-sides, an ATV, and a brand new zero-turn lawnmower in the garage. A camper parked in the back, and a freaking golden doodle. That's Jason got the cake. He always got the golden doodle. How in the hell do they afford all this crap? If mom's and Amy's in school and dad's selling mattresses with Mattress World, I just don't get it. It doesn't make sense. How do you afford all those freaking payments? My house. A yellow 3-bedroom ranch, wife's got a Honda Civic. I got a 10-year-old SUV that creaks when you back up. And we got a black lab who eats sticks in the front yard. He was free. Got him from a farmer. Didn't cost us a penny. And a $300 used lawnmower with a rusted out mower deck and clumps and clatters. Where in the world are the big roads? So exhausting. It's like, I don't get it. The thought of paying for all that stuff, the stack of payments that must come in the mail every month. How and why would you want all that crap? Tell me. Make it make sense.
With that, let the game begin.
What is this shit?
Tony! Get out! This guy can cook! Oh, no, Pete! You! Come here!
Contestant 312, you have been eliminated.
Life was never supposed to be easy. Life is a test. Life is a trial. And trials are never easy. So, why are we expecting so much ease from life? It's a journey which is full of obstacles and problems. But by the end of the day, if we choose not to give up, is what defines us. We are living the beautiful life that we always complain about. But someone, somewhere in a hospital bed, is dreaming.
You wanted your guns back, we got your guns back.
What? No, we said we needed a permit to fly them to Iraq.
Exactly, but you don't need a permit to drive them.
You expect us to drive them to Iraq?
Why not? Marlboro is the best smuggler in all of Jordan.
Who, this? This is the best smuggler in all of Jordan.
Yeah, he drives to Baghdad 3-4 times a month.
Hey, seriously, is this safe? Drive to Baghdad?
Yes, that's it. 50-50.
50 what, like, figures every live, figures every die?
Yes, that's why we drive through night. Much safer.
How much safer?
50-50.
No, what the fuck? Obviously, you guys know what 50-50 means. Oh my God. Hey, what about gas, though? It's a long trip, no?
No problem with that. Petrol's free now.
No kidding. Free gas. Yeah. You see what I'm talking about? Iraq is dope. What is that? What? You don't see that? What the fuck? Hey, why you slowing down, man?
It's okay. It's okay.
What's okay? Whoa, what the fuck, bro?
It's okay. Order.
What, this?
When I first stumbled upon this abandoned 19th century chateau, it was barely standing. Crumbling walls, collapsed ceilings, and decades of overgrowth swallowing what remained. But beneath the decay, I saw potential. I used my life savings to buy it, knowing the road ahead would be grueling. For the next 150 days, I poured every ounce of energy into bringing this forgotten relic back to life. Layers of grime from the steps and walls. Slowly, the chateau's true shape emerged. Inside was even tougher. Thick dust.
Hi, this is Jody Jackson with Corazon Realty Group, and I have a very unique investment property to show you. So take a moment and take a look with me. This unique investment property sits on a corner lot at the intersection of Bedford Avenue and Beaconfield Avenue in Patrick City. The house sits on just over 1/5 of an acre, and it originally was a 9-bedroom, 6-bathroom family home that has since been converted into a 6-unit investment property. Now, what is so unique about this property? It can be for a large family, a group of friends buying together to have their individual units within the same property, or a developer, or just someone looking for a rental investment property. The 6 units consist of 2 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom units, 2 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom units, and a 1 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom unit. Also on the property is a standalone single studio unit here seen at the back of the property. Because the units are rented, we are only going to be able to look at 2 of the 6 units today. Here's one of the 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom units.
This is a precious video from 80 years ago, capturing Colonel Sanders himself preparing fried chicken. The old man on the packaging, whom everyone recognizes, is none other than the founder of KFC, Harlan Sanders, and the main figure in this footage. Originally, Colonel Sanders ran a gas station that also sold ready-to-eat food. Word quickly spread about his exceptional cooking skills, attracting many visitors eager to taste his handmade fried chicken. Seeing the demand, Sanders transformed his gas station into a restaurant. In the video, Colonel Sanders is seen skillfully cutting open a packaging bag with scissors, pouring the chicken into a colander, and rinsing it thoroughly with clean water. He then drains the excess water and coats the chicken in dry flour, ensuring each piece is evenly covered by hand. Next, he places the coated chicken into a sieve to shake off excess flour before carefully arranging each piece on a metal rack. Finally, he lowers the chicken into hot oil for frying. Today, KFC has more than 30,000 locations across the world, and the legendary story of Colonel Sanders continues to inspire people to pursue innovation and success fearlessly.
In 1974, 18-year-old Debbie Stone was hired to work at Disneyland in Anaheim, California. Her specific role was to be a hostess at a brand new attraction called America Sings. Disney had basically converted an old carousel into a rotating stage, and they put up partition walls all along to create 6 distinct stages. And so on each of these 6 stages were different sets of these robotic animals that played different songs about America. You would walk into this theater that looked like a single theater with one stage, but really what you were looking at is one of these 6 stages. And so the audience would sit down, they would see one of the acts, and then the stage would rotate. Debbie's job was at the beginning of these shows, she would go up before the very first act, and she would greet the audience. And then the show would start, it would filter through all 6 of the stages, and then Debbie would get back on stage and she would say goodbye. And so on July 9th of that year, which was 9 days after this attraction had opened, she greeted the audience and the show began. And then after the 6th act was done, Debbie said goodbye to the audience, and then as that audience was leaving the theater, she turned around and and walked towards the back of the stage she was on. Each of the 6 stages had a fairly tall back wall, and behind was the center of the actual attraction, and in the center was this circular, fairly tall storage room. This storage room did not rotate, and the gap between the outside of the storage room and the back of any of these back walls was only a few inches, but it was big enough that a person, in theory, could get stuck back there. After Debbie has said goodbye to the audience, she decides to move to the adjoining stage. And when she does that, she either trips or something happens which causes her to fall into the narrow space between the 2 back walls of the 2 stages she was on, and then gets wedged between the outside of the storage room and the back of one of the back walls. And so she starts to panic and she starts screaming for help. None of the staff hear her, and anyone that actually did hear her calling for help, they would later say they thought it was part of the show. These stages, they start to move because the show is going to start. She got forcibly dragged and twisted and rolled, and her body began to contort, and bones started to break. Debbie didn't die. She was grievously injured 2 to 4 minutes later. When the act was complete, the stage began to rotate again. And so Debbie again is rolled and contorted and crushed and dragged, and she's still not dead. And then finally, at the end of the show, when one of the audience members alerted the staff, and at that point they went for a look, and they discovered Debbie, and she was very obviously deceased. Disney would pay a small settlement to Debbie's family, and then they would put up a number of safeguards on the America Sings attraction to make sure something like this never happened again. In 19...
That's one thing with me, brother. Not care what people want to say about me. And even not care what people want to say. That is a major test in the past in a life, believe me. It's when I don't think about it, they might say all kind of things. And people say when they say, I go on running back to it every minute and get tired and it's over and over again. But me no response. So now the time to running back to nobody at all because I don't care what they want to say. I'm not trying to fix nothing. I'm not trying to get no facts straight with nobody at all. Anyway, you want to understand that, you understand that. If you hear something about me, just hold that and must say that you hear. And if you want to believe it, you believe that. The other mechanic class said, my trust now I'm going to be crowded. My love now give it to me lonely. So don't feel like you're chasing alone over here, so I want it up. I feel like some go curious to know what I want over this one. Don't be no business one who I'm going with. Come done so one who I'm with on my side, so me ain't interested.
Rachel Ziegler just got the call every Hollywood star does. Disney's done with her. After months of backlash, failed interviews, and a movie disaster nobody wants to touch, Disney has finally pulled the plug. No warning, no statement, just silence. And that silence, it sent Rachel into full meltdown mode. Within hours, fans spotted her deleting tweets, unfollowing cast members, and posting cryptic videos like everything was fine. But it wasn't. She wasn't trending because of success. She was trending because her career just hit a wall. Stick around. You don't want to miss this. The Snow White remake wasn't just a failure. It was a warning sign. From the start, Rachel Ziegler treated the role like it was hers to reshape. She mocked the original story, called it weird, and told interviewers she was glad there'd be no prince this time. Instead of honoring the classic, she trashed it, and audiences noticed. Early screenings were a nightmare. Reports from inside Disney say test audiences walked out. Complaints piled in. Awkward acting, wooden dialogue, and a storyline that felt more like a lecture than a fairy tale. And then came the box office numbers. Low, embarrassing. Some theaters pulled in after just one weekend. Disney quietly slashed marketing. No more posters, no more press. They wanted it buried. And Rachel, she kept pretending it was all part of the plan. But everyone saw what was happening. The Snow White movie was crashing, and Rachel Ziegler was going down with it. While Rachel Ziegler scrambled to defend the wreckage, Gal Gadot was busy collecting wins. Right as the Snow White disaster hit rock bottom, Gadot's team locked in a brand new multi-film deal, one that Rachel was once rumored to be circling. The timing couldn't have been more brutal. As Rachel's name was trending for all the wrong reasons, Gals was shining across headlines for her comeback. And this wasn't luck, it was proof. Gadot stayed quiet during the chaos, never feeding the drama. She didn't need to. Because while Rachel bashed the story, mocked the fans, and tried to reframe the film around herself, Gal stayed focused. Professional, respected. Now insiders confirm it. Gadot was never the problem. Leaked production notes show she pushed to keep scenes closer to the original. She even clashed with Rachel over tone, arguing that Snow White should inspire, not lecture. Disney didn't listen then. They're regretting it now. As Rachel's interviews age like milk, Gal Gadot's silence is golden. Behind the scenes, the truth was even uglier. Leaked internal emails show Disney execs had been planning Rachel's quiet exit for months. After her viral interview calling the original Snow White creepy, top-level meetings were held. One exec wrote bluntly, "This is not salvageable." Another email flat out confirmed it. Merchandise plans were being scrapped. Tie-in deals, gone. Global rollout, canceled. They weren't just pulling back, they were cutting her out. And it gets worse. Legal docs connected to the films. Delayed reshoots revealed that Rachel refused key script notes, demanding changes that would shift the story entirely. She wanted to rewrite Snow White in her image. Disney tried to rein her in, but by then, it was too late. The studio made their choice. Protect the brand, not the actress.
Isn't pretty? Pretty bird. Pretty bird.
So I tell me, say the people them really make the landlord of light in us. You know, me see a news. Some people take over the man house and now pay no rent and the man wait till night. Me I hear a light the house in there like. Me don't know if it's true. Me don't know the people them in the man house and now pay no rent and the man have a light in house with them. They put news and they go down. Yo, Jamaicans all, you know. All there. Can man with a chance to murder? Would I let them live there? Would I let them live there and have to generate? The man go like this, fuck that. Yo, I want to put your sleep by the media and all that while the man go like the most that. So I tell me, say people them really make the landlord of light in us. You know, me see a news. Some people take over the man house and now pay no rent and the man wait till night. Me I hear a light the house with them like. Me don't know if it's true, me don't know if it's lie. But me say the people them in the man house and now pay no rent and the man have a light in house with them. If they put news and they go down, yo, Jamaicans all, you know, all there, you know, can man with a chance to murder, would I let them live in there? Would I let them live in there and have to generate? The man go like this, one buckler. Yo, I want to put your sleep by the media and all that while the man go like the most now. So I tell me, say the people them really make the land.
Mr. Cooper, what? You went missing. A missing persons report was filed in 2006. In 2009, your wife was granted a divorce in absentia, and she's remarried.
What? I'm Dr. Wilson. I performed the procedure.
What procedure?
You had a large tumor on either side of your frontal lobe. Do you have any memory of meeting me before? And this is Dr. Robidoux. She assisted me with the procedure.
How are we doing?
Well, I think we're still trying to figure that out. Okay, Mr. Carter, for tonight, I just want you to rest, okay? We'll go over everything tomorrow.
Miss Cooper.
I'm sorry?
Well, my name is Brian Cooper.
You were admitted as James Earl Carter.
Okay, I got no idea who that is, but my name is Brian Cooper. Is my wife here? I really like to talk to my wife.
Well, we can certainly arrange that. Would you happen to know how to contact her?
Yeah, you can call her at 503-278-8106. She lives at 1215 3rd.
A travel agent has been arrested and charged by the Spanish Town police for defrauding the Spanish Town marching band in a visa application fraud. So charged with fraudulent conversion is this little Krasmite presenter on your screen identified as 35-year-old Tiffany Biggs. So according to the police, on November 13th, 2024, Biggs was given monies to process visa applications for over 50 members of the Spanish Town-based marching band. She was reportedly paid $37,000 per applicant, amounting to a total of 1,800,000.
I found the missing
No,
team.
really not better for doing myself. And I want to have KFC see my video and fix the mistake. I forgot.
Yo, get this. Yo quiero de esa mierda. Se murió. Yo quiero de esa mierda. Se murió. Yo.
This is the most dangerous restaurant in the United States. This restaurant is called the Heart Attack Grill, and trust me, it lives up to the name. It all started with this guy right here, Dr. John Basso, decided to open up a restaurant, and his goal was to open up the unhealthiest restaurant in the world. If you go to the restaurant, you will literally see signs that say, "Caution, this establishment is bad for your health," as well as signs that say cash only because you might die before the check clears. Yeah, they were not messing around. And those are just the...
Here's how you know somebody is happily married. And I think this is also true for relationships, by the way, but...
Travel with me on this solo business trip to
14 years ago, we met a woman named Sophia who came to the show to prove to a man named Michael that he was the father of her two sons, Saquon and Malachi.
What's going on? 8 months ago, Michael started denying my kids, and before then, he was taking
Anxiety, people trying me, feeling
So,
anxiety, people trying me, feeling quietly, trying to silence me. Yeah. Anxiety, pick it up for me. Somebody's watching me. It's my
So, you have that live-action Snow White script for me? Yes, sir, I do. Oh boy, time to tap into that hardcore Snow White audience.
So at the beginning of the movie, we find out that Snow White's parents named her that because she was born in a snowstorm. Naming your kid after the weather conditions at their birth is a good strategy. That's why I named my son Mistopher. It's why I named my daughter Partly Claudia. Anyway, a couple of years later, Snow White's mom dies. Dies from what? From being a parent in a Disney movie. Oh, that'll get you. So then the king meets the evil queen and marries her. Why would he marry someone named the evil queen? Should have probably been a red flag, yeah. Do you have anyone in mind to play her? You know, someone who can deliver her lines. No deal. Oh my god. So then what happens? Well, then the freaking dad disappears and she seizes the throne. Oh no. And stuff is dire in the kingdom under her rule. We're talking very muted colors and some dust. That sounds like a nightmare. It's worse than hell. So anyway, then Snow White grows up and her entire facial structure changes and she gets a little Lord Farquaad bob. But everyone assumes she's dead, but she's actually working as a maid inside the castle. Why would she be presumed dead if she's been walking around the castle this whole time? Unclear. But one day this cute thief steals some potatoes and he gets sentenced to death, so she goes to save him. How does she manage that? Well, he was just kind of tied to a fence with some loose rope, so she gives it a light tug and saves him. Solving problems with a light tug is tight. Okay, so who's this dashing man? What's his dashing name? Oh, you're gonna like this. Jonathan? Anyway, then the magic mirror tells the queen that Lord Farquaad is fairer than her, so she's like, well, she's gotta die now. She wants Snow White dead? Why'd she keep her alive in the first place? Unclear. So
The soup! Where is the soup? And the potatoes! Correct, garbage boy! You are cooking! How dare you cook in my kitchen? Where do you get the gall? Even a tent has been so monumentally loaded as an unborn and quarter. I'll do it. I think the law is on my side. Those who are good on this man. You really mean that has to squeeze the crap out of his head? No, what are you blathering about?
You're not into soup! Stop that soup! No! Lady, you're fired! F-I-R-E-D! Fired!
He wants to see the chef.
How your favorite TV shows ended. Everybody loves Raymond. You have Ray and Deborah and their children. Across the street lives Frank and Marie, Ray's parents. And with them lives Robert and Amy. We start this episode off with Deborah and the kids in the kitchen. The kids are complaining about her cooking, and in comes Ray from the doctor's office. Turns out, Ray needs his adenoids removed. They're that thing somewhere in the back of the throat. He needs this because he's having sore throats and it hurts a lot. Here's the problem. Ray doesn't want to do it. He thinks they're going to just carve him up. Deborah says that this is just a regular procedure, nothing to be scared of. And when Ray says that he's going to find another way, that's when Marie comes in, his mom, starts smothering him and tells him that nobody's going to touch her Raymond. And she brought soup, which is going to fix up the whole problem. That's when Frank and Robert come in, because they want some of that soup. But that soup is not for them. It's meant for Ray to make him feel better. They don't listen very much, and they decide to get some anyway. And that's when everybody's at the table. That's when Robert says, Ray might need to get a bigger table. And we fast forward to the hospital with Ray getting the procedure. And the whole family's in the waiting room with Robert not being very happy that he's there. See, he figures the only reason that he's there is because he's the same blood type as Ray. Marie gets mad because they're family, and that's what they do. They're there for each other. She gets up and goes to the restroom. Now, while she's in the restroom, the nurse comes in. She begins to talk to Deborah about if there's any allergies or anything that they didn't tell her. You see, Ray's not responding. He's not waking up after the anesthesia. Now, immediately, Deborah starts to break down. That's when Robert hears what's going on, and he starts to shout and get upset. And he demands to see his brother, because he knows he can wake him up. He's also the same blood type as Ray. And as Robert rushes him to the back, the doctor stops him. Turns out, everything's okay. Ray woke up. The doctor says this kind of happens sometimes. It's kind of a form of hypertension. Everything's fine. As everybody starts to calm down, they swear they can't tell Ray and they can't tell his mother. And we fast forward to Ray in his bedroom eating ice cream to kind of soothe his throat. And Deborah comes in with magazines for Ray. And then she just begins to kind of look at him. It starts to freak out Ray a little bit. Deborah starts to think about the things she needs to do tomorrow. She starts to cry. See, this little scare affected her a little bit more than she thought. Ray's confused at this point, but she kisses him, and things start to get a little hot and heavy. Now we go to Frank and Marie. And Frank is staring off into space, just thinking. And he even talks to his wife and says, sometimes he says things about her and puts her down. And
which of the stars do fans go most crazy about?
I was in Russia. Of all places.
Yeah.
You know, the Russian security forces are basically just their KGB.
Right.
And they're very, very, very good at their job. I mean, to the point where they don't let you go to the bathroom without like one hand in the stall with you. But they weren't very good at keeping a certain fan from throwing my publicist out of the way to get into the car with me to drive to the premiere.
Oh my God.
They didn't realize that there was a fan and not my publicist sitting next to me.
Right.
And she's like, oh my God. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm here with you.
And you're like, oh God.
I can't believe I'm here. What are you doing? You won't let me go to the bathroom. And she's like, would you please give this to Tom Hiddleston? Tom Hiddleston in Russia.
Right.
I don't know if it's authoritarian.
I think it's a low-key thing, yeah. Which of the stars do fans go most
I never auditioned for Loki.
crazy about?
I was in.
Chin. To the left, to the
Hola, brother. Fafa vya Saida. Nizam Kurman Dorsh Saida. Start the match. Start. Saida, nice bina. Nice bina.
Remember kitchen, sir? No, sir. Remember kitchen. Check it, boy. Them big kid. Remember that chicken.
You spend your entire life working toward a freedom that might come too late. Think about it. You work 40 hours a week, that's 160 hours a month, 1,920 hours a year. In 10 years, that's almost 20,000 hours. In a lifetime, over 90,000 hours. That's over 3,700 full days of your life, gone. More than a decade spent inside office walls under fluorescent lights chasing weekends.
Maybe smash a few things along the way. I think it's gratuitous, but whatever.
I'd be careful going that way. We just had the floors waxed.
I'm looking for Dr. Strange.
You're about 5 years too early. Stephen Strange is currently performing surgery about 20 blocks that way. What do you want from him?
That, actually.
Ah! I'm afraid not.
Sorry, but I wasn't asking.
You don't want to do this.
You're right, I don't. But I need that stone and I don't have time to pay it.
Let's start over, shall we?
Could we do my favorite song of yours together? Parce que je pense qu'une chanson qui ferait plaisir à beaucoup de monde.
One day you're gonna wake up and roll over next to somebody that's completely obsessed with you. It's probably gonna be a dog, but it is what it is.
100 grand? Hank, let me get you that drink.
I told them no.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
I got a bigger vision, Eddie. That is why I'm here. I'll publish it and cover all upfront costs.
We publish our names in-house. We don't use outside partners.
You don't do it often, but you do make exceptions. Because you know as well as I do.
That's not
The partners are what make us great. That's why Mario has Luigi. That's why Zelda has Link. That's why Mike Tyson has whoever he's punching out in Punch Out.
カートリッジを20万作ってもらえへんか
We want you to make 200,000 cartridges.
You want $2 million?
No!
Have me worried for a bit.
I need a check for $3 million.
That's the punchline? You want a check from me? And how did you get to $3 million?
Because I'll need $2 million for Nintendo cartridges and $1 million to make arcade machines. I have Tetris for arcade too, remember? Arcade is a cash business and the plate comes in fast, which is great for both of us. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, Eddie. Nintendo is letting me become a publisher. Nintendo. It's a license to print money.
You feel that strongly about it?
Yeah, clearly.
Then I'm upping your interest rates.
Fine.
And I want your house as collateral.
Fine.
And if you miss one payment, that house is ours.
Fine.
The scariest part of life isn't dying. It's realizing you never really lived. You convince yourself you have time. Time to chase your dreams. Time to say what you really
explain to you reciprocal tariffs. So here's China, they make this car. Here's the USA, they make this car. In the United States, the car is being made in that country. The car sells for $10,000. They come to the conclusion that they also want to sell that car in the Chinese market so they can open themselves up to make more money, sell more cars. So the USA is going to export that car into China for it to be sold. Now China says, okay, USA, we don't mind selling your car in China, but we are going to place a tariff on it because you didn't build it in China. So you want to bring it in and sell it here, there's going to be a tax or a tariff. So let's say in this situation, China places a 60% tax or tariff on car imports from the United States. So if this car costed $10,000 for the consumer in America, immediately once it gets to China, it's going to cost $16,000, right? Because that's 60% more than $10,000. Now, in China, they're selling a similar car for $10,000. So what problem arises? This American-made car being exported to China is not going to compete very well with a similar car that's selling at 60% cheaper. The Chinese-made car is selling for $10,000. Meanwhile, the United States-made car is selling for $16,000 because of this tariff. So the United States says, well, you know what? That's your decision. But if you're going to play that game, China, when you come and try to sell your car that's supposed to be worth $10,000 in the United States, we're also going to place a tariff on it. Okay, so as a reciprocal tariff, the United States would also place a 60% tariff on those Chinese cars being imported. Now, in this perfect dream scenario, this would obviously almost cancel these out and just make us at a trade equilibrium. This isn't the case in real life, but this is a very basic example of what reciprocal tariffs are. If you want to know why it's not as easy as this situation right here, then stay tuned for part 2.
In the bushes. Bush, bush, bush. Bush, bush, bush. Rinsing, shot in head. No need to bubble, no need to beg. Gangsters must evil lead. Lord.
The original voice actor of Porky Pig was fired due to his stutter. You cannot make this shit up. Legendary animator Fritz Frayling created Porky in 1935 and specifically wanted someone with a stutter for the role. They landed on Joe Doherty. Porky started out as a side character but got a ton of laughs, so they made him the star of his own cartoons. And Doherty would play the role in 12 different shorts over the next 2 years. But in the most ironic twist of fate, Doherty's performances ended up being problematic for Warner Brothers because he couldn't control his stutter in the studio, which meant his recording sessions took hours, and that drove up production costs. According to Frayling, Doherty would get nervous every time they said cut. So they had to have Count Catelli, a specialist known for his ability to make vocal sound effects, come in and record additional Porky lines. And then finally in 1937, Doherty was let go and was replaced by Mel Blanc, who continued the character's signature stutter for the next 52 years, but used it for more intentional comedic effect. And that's all, folks.
Somebody's watching me, it's my anxiety.
Chiropractic offices, Dr. Alan Harper. Wow. So this is where you come every day, huh? Yep, for 11 years. What do you think? I would have killed myself 10.5 years ago. Okay, now all you have to do is sit here, and when the phone rings, pick it up and say, Dr. Harper's office. So right off the bat, I lie? I am a doctor, Charles. Yeah, and I'm king of the traffic donuts. Moving on. I've canceled all the morning appointments, so the only thing you're going to have to deal with is walk-ins. Just have to make an appointment for another time. So, I'm going to get the crack and you put it back? Charlie, listen to me very carefully. You must not touch the patients. This is not me talking. This is the state of California. Okay? Let me be absolutely clear. No touching the patients. Got it? What did I just say? Repeat it back to me. Oh, you're really not a morning person, are you? All right, I gotta go get to Jake's school. Say a prayer that I can keep him from being expelled.
Don't worry about a thing. It's under control. You can count on me.
Oh, if I could believe even one of those things.
Being a sickness of love invites everyone and anyone to take this pledge to also become a sickness of this beautiful community of love. Show mutual respect.
Oh yeah, nobody hated their mom as much as Eminem did. See, Eminem grew up broke. His mama called him over. She said, "Son, come here." He said, "Yeah, mama." She said, "Son, we broke. And your upbringing's gonna be tough." Fast forward a bunch of years, he becomes a famous rapper. He said, "Hey, my upbringing was tough." His mom said, "Like I was saying, we was broken." He said, "Nah, it was tough because of her." He said, "Yeah, she sucked as a mom, and on top of that, she was always on that stuff." His mom said, "What did you say?" This is when Debbie had a problem. Her name is Debbie, by the way. I forgot to tell you. She said because of all the stuff Eminem was saying about her, every time she left the house, she would get picked on. Her son is famous. He got a lot of fans. So she said, "Look, I'm gonna sue Eminem for $10 million. Eminem said, "10 million? What?" She said, "I ain't stutter." On top of that, she goes on a press tour. She said, "Look, Eminem cat, I spoiled him as a child." And he just said, Would you on that stuff though? She said, "No." Now, at this point, Eminem starts to release more disses about his mom. He starts.
I'll be 2 sets, baby.
Babe, where are you going?
Just at my ex's house, man. She's got my jumper, babe. I want it back.
No, Daniel, you know, don't tell me you've really destroyed your ex's
I want it
house.
back, babe, man. I see her post a picture online wearing my jumper. She still got it. She said she burnt it.
Why would you care about a jumper?
Oh, pussy, are you the man that wait for me now? How come you're pussy? What do you mean? Me did say you're pussy?
Hey, how come you're pussy?
What do you mean? You're just scratches. What's that? What do you mean by no me? You're threatening me?
Well, shut your mother, pussy. Try something,
You see her?
Try something. Try something. Try something.
I know you're chat to man.
No, your mother, pussy, I try to you. Let's try something, pussy.
Now wait till me go park me car and come back. Stitch up your pussy, you can't stitch me up. Hey boy.
Murder and girl first. Murder and girl first. Murder. You want to get sound in the morning and tell him try.
Make it so now.
Good morning. Good morning, TikTok. Alright, watch out now. Them thing I'm going to go through with them column. Every column I make my cancer. I have praised them multiple times. None of them stay in place. Now put them back again to her. And I'm sure that's it. I have to drop in a key there, so. Because man, we have a doorway from this one. Come all the way, so. They are rolling. See? Next down, we are far. Oh. Yeah. We are 55%. 55. This. So, I'm telling myself for about 4 inches. Yeah? So call it 50 inches then. I'm sorry to be a son. Look at me.
and disappear your own post. With the 2 girl them, with young girl with the 3 months year-old baby in her hand. If them the girl in get mash up, we don't need Jamaica. I say them 2 girl there, with young girl there with the baby in her hand, any of you them around the community now beat them. We done with Spanish Town. We done with TikTok. We done with music. See it?
Two Jamaicans landed themselves in legal hot.
Want to celebrate? 2 blood.
So I found some pictures on my wife's phone, and I don't think she took them from me.
Uh-oh. Okay. Did a parent object? What set the flag up that got the whole thing started?
We had an administrator in another school district saw one of our football games and saw the 2 teams come together after this great battle. I mean, it was a great fight. And I mean, there were fist fights on the field. And afterwards, we all got together and had that moment of peace. And they saw this, and he felt compelled to call our principal and said, I just got to tell you what your football program is doing is awesome. So this all started from a compliment, and they wanted to know, well, what was so awesome? And then their lawyers got involved, and it got out of control, went viral overnight. So the enemy meant something to destroy, and God turned it into something incredible.
The Cowboys walked over to the Spitfires 5-1 last night. They're now 13-1-1 on the season.
Now, this is a Prozor digital to analog connector that I use this to connect my older system, my older analog system to a digital system because the TV does not come with a 3.5mm headphone jack. It only comes with an optical port.
Snow White has collapsed. Snow White, this is crazy. So let me take you back in time. New Snow White movie has come out, a remake starring, I think her name is Rachel Zegler, is Snow White, and it also has Gal Gadot, and I don't know who the other people are in it, okay? It is a remake of one of the most successful movies of all time, which was the original Snow White, made in 1937. And let me give you a little bit of a history lesson.
No digas nada. Si lo pienso bien, cambiaré de opinión. Solo dime que quiere cocinar la rata. Ratatouille es un platillo corriente. Seguro que quiere servírselo a Ego. ¿Qué? ¿Es para el ratatouille? ¿Tú cómo lo prepararías?
Debe ser un chiste.
Why it sucked to be born as a megalodon. It's probably a chilly Wednesday morning, 20 million years ago. You slide out of your mother's womb into the shallow coastal...
this is. But isn't it cute? Okay, so you have all kinds of different type of, and they're all good for you. So you make sure that you try some sometimes. Okay. Oh yeah, this is carbonated pepper. And peppers are really, peppers are, there's cherries, those are good. And your bananas. And I forgot what kind of cherry this is. But isn't it cute? Okay, so you have all kinds of different type of, and they're all good for you. So you make sure that you try some sometimes.
Oh, why should you and Tanya watch TV while Chris cleans up their mess?
I do not have to explain to him why I do the things that I do. If I want him to do something that I don't want the other kids to do, I probably have a good reason.
You have a good reason?
No. But that doesn't matter.
He's growing up, Rochelle. If you ask him to do something that seems unfair, he's gonna want to know why. You wanted a strong-minded kid where you got one.
My mother did the meanest thing yet. Nothing. Why'd you wake me up? I'm late for school.
You grown? Wake yourself up. You don't want to do nothing for me, I ain't doing nothing for you.
And she didn't. She didn't do my laundry. Where my underwear?
You grown? Wash your own drawers.
She didn't make my meals. What's my breakfast?
You grown? You can cook your own food.
I was trying to become my own person, but my mother still thought she owned me.
What you think you doing?
I'm making breakfast.
With my eggs?
No, I bought the eggs and I bought the bacon.
But you ain't buy that skillet. You ain't buy that fire. You ain't buy that spatula. You ain't buy that plate.
Next time I remember to buy the plate.
Next time? Next time, I don't remember. No, next time you need to remember this ain't your kitchen. This ain't your stove. This ain't your glove. Those ain't your frozen gizzard.
Say none of this is mine. Maybe I should find someplace else to be.
Uh-oh. You don't see that? I guess you chucked the bag now. You bad. I guess you shit. You's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. No, since you're so independent, so liberated, maybe you need to go live in the Statue of Liberty.
Fine. I'm leaving. I stood my ground, and now I was going to be standing out on the street.
Selena Gomez walks like $1 million, but Rachel Zegler swings her arms.
Selena Gomez walks like $1 million, but Rachel Zegler swings her arms wildly when walking. Snow White has already lost $115 million because of her. Danica Patrick and John Lennon's son have both publicly criticized.
This is not magic, this is science. Cross 2 forks and pass a toothpick through the center, then balance it tip to tip with another toothpick, and you can show kids an amazing balancing trick. Cover the mouth of a full water bottle with a tissue, wet it, and tear off the excess. Can you believe it? A thin tissue can tightly seal the water inside the bottle. Place a glass in front of a girl and fill it with water. When she turns around, the image appears flipped. This demonstrates the convex lens imaging principle. Arrange inflated balloons in a circle and turn on a hairdryer. The balloon ring will hover and rotate in midair. This is the famous Bernoulli effect. If a glass breaks, is it water's fault for not protecting it? Water replies, if you were truly filled with me, you wouldn't be hurt. Place a bottle of purified water in the freezer for 2 hours. When you take it out and give it a gentle tap, the water instantly turns into ice. Isn't that magical? Heat a piece of glass until it melts, then let the molten drop fall into cold water. You've just created an object so strong that even bullets can't break it. This is the famous Prince Rupert's drop. When a pot bottom turns black from frequent use, sprinkle a layer of baking soda, add dish soap, cover it with 2 sheets of tissue paper, and pour white vinegar on top. Let it sit for 10 minutes, then gently wipe it clean. The pot bottom will be spotless again. Drop a tiny amount of water onto a matchstick head, and use a laser pointer to shine through the droplet. You'll be able to see Michael.
Well, Jamaica, you know, say, Indian might use Jamaican, Chinese might use Jamaican. Look for the store over there. So see kid we run come here a while ago. I work for Indian. Yeah. And the one we run come from us, go to the cigar. I work for Indian. The Indian instead of the stuff and them run come and customer pay Indian. You know why this happen? Because we black people have no love for one another. You understand? We don't love for one another. We never teach each other. And that's why this happen, you know. Look for the Indian boy that's a phony and I walk up and down. I walk up and down. You see me? And black woman up here run up and down for you. Feel? I'm sorry. I run up and down. See that woman there? See her there? See her there. And she up here run up and down for the things here. You see me? She up here run up and down for the Indian. She look right now for them. She. Boy, Jamaica, you know, say, Indian might use Jamaican. Chinese might use Jamaican. Look for the store over there. So see kid we run come here a while ago. I work for Indian. Yeah. And the one we run come from us, go to the cigar. I work for Indian, you know. Boy, Jamaica, you know, say, Indian might use Jamaican. Chinese might use Jamaican. Look for the store over there. So see kid we run come here a while ago. I work for Indian, you know. Yeah. And the one we run come from us, go to the cigar. I work for Indian, you know. The Indian instead of the stuff and them run come and customer pay Indian. You know why this happen? Because we black people have no love for one another. You understand? We have no love for one another. We never teach each other.
So last night I went to check into the kitchen. Found out.
No kitchen.
Fuck you, man. I don't know.
Let's discuss it. Black folks don't know how to discuss shit. Sit your motherfucking ass down. Nap your head faster.
Hallå?